Okay, hi. So today I'm going to explain to you how to make a really great social media post. So some of the key ingredients that you need in your post can start off with, firstly, you would need a graphic. Secondly, you would need a call to action. And the third thing that you would need in your post is a direction for your viewers to see. So that would be either going to a landing page, going to a website, going to a newsletter sign-up form, or anywhere that you're going to grab some information, or you're going to take them to somewhere where they're going to either read more or benefit from what you're offering. Okay, so to create great graphics, I would suggest using the online photo editing tool, Canva. So Canva can be found at www.canva.com. I'm just going to share my screen with you if I can, and I'll just show you a little brief overview of what Canva does for you. So let's just quickly let's have a look. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to just share the Google Chrome, which is what we were on just now. So I'm sharing my screen with you, and I'm just going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to canva.com. So in Canva, what you can do is you can create graphics to use on your social media posts. So there is a little video as a bonus in here, which shows you how you can use Canva to create a post. So you can look at that at any point during this week. And what you find is that the dashboard looks a bit like this. You have a list of options along the left. You have your previous photos and PDFs and flyers that you've created here, and then you have the option to create an image along the top. Within Canva itself, it has lots of free photos, lots of free graphics that you can use. Like, for instance, on this one, I used their heart here, which was great. And then if you go down, you can find that there'll be images that you can use. So there's lots of different versatility in Canva. So that's one place to actually do the photo editing. You can actually use their own photos as well. If you were to click on create a image, you can see that what would happen is that it will actually give you lots of different images to use. So if you go to layouts, which is what it opens up on, you can actually use all these layouts because they're all free, and you can actually use even the pictures behind. So as long as they don't have a dollar sign, so there it's got a little dollar sign, that means that you've got to pay for that image. As long as they don't have that dollar sign, you can use the image without any having to pay anything. So this has got a pre-prepared template. So it has a layer over the top, which is slightly darker than the actual photo, and then it has some writing. So if you look at my Canva, how to create a great social media post using Canva bonus video, then you'll know how to use part of this suite. So if you don't like any of the photographs that are available in Canva, you can go to a website called Pixabay. So if you were to type in Pixabay, so it's pixabay.com. You have to join, but it's free to join. And what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to download and use beautiful images that they have. There is a attribute document in here that you can read if you want to, but basically you are allowed to use most of the images for your use on social media. There are some images that they restrict you using for big TV campaigns and things like that, but most of them are okay to be used on social media, Instagram, some of your local flyers if you're using them, things like that. So to find a photograph, you can either just scroll through the photos that they've got on offer here, or if you have a specific one, so like if I was to do women in tech, if there's any photographs that have those keywords in, it will show you. If there isn't, it won't show you like that. So I'm going to just put women computer, because maybe tech is a little bit too specific. So there you go. So then it gives you some images. So along the top here, it gives you images by Shutterstock, which you have to pay for. So you don't use those, okay? But here, it gives you all the photographs that you can use without having to pay. So if you were to choose a photograph, for instance, this one, when you click on it, what it does is it opens it up, and along here at the side, you see it says free for commercial use, no attribution required. When you click free download, it will give you the options to download particular sizes. So if you're going to use it for your social media posts, I would recommend any of these three. If you start using slightly bigger size images, then sometimes it takes longer to load on your website if you're using it for your website, and some social media platform campaign management tools such as Hootsuite don't like the images if they're over a certain size. So if you try to opt for the smaller sizes, then that's fine. So that's where you would find your two graphics. So you've got Pixabay and then you've got Canva. So that's how you would create your graphics. And then you have to ask yourself, what do you want out of to make a great social media post? So the next element would be to know the audience that you're directing the post at. This is really important because, let me just get rid of this. Let me go back and not share my screen. So stop share, and then you can just see me. Okay, so what would happen is that you've got the facilities to make a great graphic, and you've got the facilities to find great pictures. So you need to know what the purpose is of your post. Okay, so number one is, why are you going to send out a social media post? What are you going to achieve with it? So you could achieve by showing off your services, you could highlight a product, you could invite somebody to an event, you could promote that you're going to be doing a Facebook Live, various different reasons, but you have to have a purpose. And then number two is that you would have to know who you're directing your post at. So in the fact sheet that you can download with this, I've written all of the tips. So if I just have a quick look here, just to remind myself. So define your target audience would be one of the tips that you would need to do. So you'd need to know who you're trying to target. So if you're trying to offer a service to a particular gender of person or particular age range of person, or somebody who works in a particular field of expertise, then you would have to think about how you create that post to attract those people. Number two, you would have to identify your objectives and goals. That's always good to do, so that you've got an objective. So if you want to attract a certain group of people to sign up for your newsletter so that you can then share information with them or promote your goods, you would use that. That would be a really good thing to do. Always include a URL to your post. Now that's the URL that would take them to either the newsletter sign up form, to your website, to your social media, other social media platforms, to a buy now button or anything like that. Now, when you see some social media posts, you see the URL, and that's basically the page name of where you want to send them. But sometimes that can be really long, and it can actually not look very tidy on your post. So one way of actually creating a shorter URL is to use Bitly, or if you're using Hootsuite, to use Hootsuite to shorten it. Now, if you've never heard of Bitly, what you can do is you go onto the internet. So I'm just going to share my screen again. And you go up here and you just type in Bitly, URL shortener. And what it does is it will give you the options of a few of them. So there you go, bitly.com, URL shortener and link management platform. So you can just sign up there, create an account, and not even create an account, because I think you can actually do a certain amount for free. So if I was wanting to shorten the Canva, for instance, I'd go there and I'd pop it in, like so, and it would automatically shorten that URL down to make it look more tidier. So if you had a longer one, for instance, say like my Facebook page here is really long, so I would go back to Bitly and I would paste that in there and it would shorten it for you. So that's a really good way of making your post look really tidy. Okay, so we're going to show you how to use that again in a moment. So that's www.bitly.com, so that's bitly.com, or if you're using Hootsuite, which is Social Media Campaign Manager, you can shorten your link in there automatically. Okay, so I'm just going to pause my share and I'll resume it in a minute. So that's how you would shorten your link. Then obviously you would use the graphics that you've created. So you can either go to Pixabay, like I said, and just choose a picture that reflects what your post is trying to achieve without putting any graphics on top, without doing anything to the image, and just upload that. But if you want to put your own branding on your image, or you want to make it a little bit more effective by adding some text, then you can do that in Canva. But remember that if you're going to add text to your image and you're posting on Facebook, you need to make it less than 20% if you're going to think about using that in an advert or a boost, okay? And then this is probably the most important bit, is the actual call to action that you're going to create. So you can either use a quote, you can use the first couple of lines from a blog post that you've written, or you could use the first couple of lines of a poem, or you could just go straight to the point and say what it is that you're trying to say, like, I'm inviting you to this, or I would like you to see this service, or I would like you to look at my images that I've taken photos of. But make it a little bit quirky, and don't make it too long. Some of the recent information coming out of some of the most social media influencers are saying that if it's too long, people switch off before they get down to the clicking the link or interacting with your post at all. So try and keep it quite short and sweet, and then remember to have the URL in the first 2 or 3 lines so that they can click on that straight away. So you could basically create your post, have the URL, and write a little bit more underneath if you want. But I'm actually going to go over quickly how to post on Facebook anyway, which we did the other day, but we'll just try. And then finally, when you do a post, remember to check your insights after you've posted, probably a week later, just to see how it performed, whether it performed well on the reach, whether it hit the right audience. And if it did, you can consider boosting it or converting it into an advert and using it to promote yourselves even more. So if we go over to Facebook, so if I share my screen again, and we go over to Facebook. Now, it's going to be a bit weird because I'm actually recording this in my group. So I'm going to come out and go into my Hootsuite to show you how to create a post. So this is going to go straight onto your social media platform, but I'm going to create it in my Hootsuite platform, which is something that I use to manage my posts so that I can pre-plan my posts in advance. So if I hop over to my Bommy Media one here, what it does is it basically allows me to link my Facebook page to my Hootsuite, and then I can post in my Hootsuite, schedule it to go out automatically throughout the weekend or throughout the week, and it will post automatically to the page. So I'm going to just create a short post for Facebook. So we're going to scroll down and find my Bommy Media Facebook page. So which is, you find it, it should be up here, like so. So I know it's Facebook because it's got the little flag. That's what the Facebook one is for. And I'm going to use the graphic that I created in my How to Use Canva to Create Great Posts. So to find that, you just attach your media here and you choose files to upload. And then I'm going to go to Social Media Summer Schools. I think I put it in here. Yeah, here it is. So how to create an image in Canva using your social media post. So I'm going to use that picture. So I'm going to press attach, and what it does is it will open it up in here. And then what I can say up here is learn how to use Canva to create great graphics for your social media posts. Check out my video. Okay, and then I'm going to put the link to the video of my school, which is what you're looking on this video on. So I'm actually going to go to my website, and I'm going to just put my website address in there because I have a link on my front of my website that shows you how to sign up for this course. So I'm not going to put it here because that will show that it's from my website. You can actually see it. But if I put it in here where it says add a link, I can shrink it. Now, same as with your Bitly, if you were going to shrink outside of Hootsuite, you'd be posting all this information in Facebook Direct. So you'd be putting, learn how to use Canva to create great graphics for your social media posts in the Right Now section. And then you would be putting your graphics, adding your link, and then scheduling it. Okay. Now, there will be another short video showing you exactly how to do that in Facebook after this video, or even before this video, but at the moment I'm just doing on what you should include in the post. Okay, so you want your call to action, you want your visual. Now that could be a video as well, or a GIF. So video works really well in Facebook. In fact, you get more promoting through the Facebook algorithm if you're using video, whether it be pre-recorded or live. And then you want your link. So once you've got those three elements, your call to action, your link, your graphic, you know who you're aiming at, because you're writing your call to action with your ideal clients in mind. You're going to click post or auto schedule or whatever it is, whichever platform you're in, tweet, post, Instagram, any of those ones, update, you'll just click that and you're away. Okay. So that brings you to the end of what to include in a social media post that's going to rocket on your social media platform. So remember to always think about the ideal audience that you're aiming your post at, because you will have to change the content of your post depending on the audience you want to reach. Always include a really good call to action that's not too long, approximately 100 to 200 characters long, and always include a link so that you've got your audience going to somewhere else, whether that be to a blog post, whether it be to a sign up form, whether it be to buying a product, or whether it be to inviting them into your group, or any of those sorts of things. But always have a call to action. Don't just leave it that they see your post and they can't do anything after that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to sharing some more things with you in the next one.